What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another movie review. So in this review, I want to talk about the movie Cuties that aired on Netflix about a week ago. So I checked it out a few days ago, and to be honest with y'all, I didn't even know anything about this movie. If it weren't for the bad reviews that it received, I wouldn't have known anything about it. So me being the type of person that like to find things out for myself, I didn't just go by what I had read. I read a lot about child pornography or child exploitation, just a lot of bad things that you don't expect to see in a movie, let alone on Netflix. And it's just like, that's all I seen was a lot of backlash, going towards Netflix for airing this film. And even Twitter had like cancel Netflix, hashtag cancel Netflix and stuff like that. So I like to see what's really going on. And to me, I went into the movie open-minded, as I do with all films. And I like to give it a fair critique. I'm not going to jump on a bandwagon and just go by other people's thoughts of the film. I want to go, I'm going to go into it just not knowing what's going on. I want to give it a fair trial. I went into it optimistic. So this movie, it tells a very strong story, and it has a powerful ending. But in between the movie, what stuck out the most is, the backlash that it received, of course. And that's a little girl who I felt like just wanted to belong to something. She wanted to be loved. And she went about, finding it in the wrong places. She went about doing the wrong things to receive that kind of treatment. And I also noticed that, this family is broken in certain ways, and that the mother is going through a separation, and she's having a hard time dealing with that because her husband is going to marry another woman. And I'm not sure, because I didn't do that much research on it, is that in their culture, they are probably the men are allowed to marry up to so many women. I don't know. But that's what I felt like. And, this woman was so heartbroken, and you felt her pain. And along with that, the little girl, it was just like she came in at the very moment that the person who should have been a support system for her mother actually was just not available like she should have been. She told the woman that she needs to toughen up and be a woman and just accept it. And it's like, when we've been told that for so long, that's what make us just become this very, hard person that makes us develop a hard interior. And we don't deal with society very well when we always being told just toughen up and deal with things. But aside from that, that's what I took from the movie. I took away two powerful messages, and I took away like it was like a generational thing with the family. Like, I believe that was her aunt that, gave her that type of advice during a time that she really, really should have been a better support system and been there to comfort this woman during the time that she was going through a very difficult time in her marriage. And instead, she just turned her back on her and told her, look, I'm going to need you to toughen up. And this little girl was there to witness this. And in that moment, it's like her mother was hiding her pain. And under the bed, this is a spoiler alert, she was also hiding her pain. And so, again, the story just it paints a picture of just a broken family. And aside from the children, the little girl, she went to school and she seen this dance team that she liked. She just was interested in joining the dance team. But before it even got to that, she was bullied. She was bullied by these little girls. They called all type of names, called her homeless and stuff like that. It's like, you see the abuse that these people are going through. So I set that aside. I was able to set that aside from, the choices that the little girl made in the movie. And it made me kind of understand her. Not saying that I agree with it, but I understood what was going on in the film. And it's kind of hard to even critique a film like this and sound like that. Well, why is everybody so up in arms over, it's hard. That's why it's kind of hard for me to explain how I felt about it. But that's just how I feel. I'm just keeping it real with you. I didn't see a problem with the movie, and I don't understand how people wasn't able to set that aside. I don't think that Netflix is in agreement with, children being, represented that way. Children playing that type of role. Nobody was. It left a bad taste in all of our mouths. No one wants to see children, play an adult role and do things that adults would do and dance in such a way. You want to see children being children. So it was hard to watch that. But at the same time, you have to pay attention to the story that it tells. And that's what I took from the movie. The strong story that it told of, women. Just women and just their brokenness. And how a little girl started to deal with her brokenness by just wanting to belong to something, wanting to be loved, and going about doing it the wrong way and hiding it from someone who she felt like probably, if she knew about this would hurt her more than what she's already going through with my dad. So that's what I took from the movie. Again, if y'all get the time, please check out the written review on Green Tea Chronicles, and the link will be down below as always. But yeah, I just wanted to give my thoughts on the film real quick. I didn't see a problem with this movie being made. Yes, it's always a problem to see children portrayed in that way. But again, all of that even tells a story. And I'm not going to get too much deep into it. I just wanted to get my thoughts real quick on it. I didn't have a problem with the film being made in the first place. And I wasn't going to jump on a bandwagon with everyone and just this fake outrage, because if you look back into the history of films, there are a lot of things that people can have a problem with, and they didn't as much as they did with this movie. It was just the fact that, children are dressed, skimpish, and they're showing too much skin, and they're moving exotic, and children shouldn't do that, and they shouldn't. Again, it's a story, though. It's just a movie. It's telling a story of things that actually happens in real life. Sad, but true. It's sad, but it is true. So, I understand filmmaking. I understand that everybody's going to have their own opinions, and I can respect everyone's opinion, and I hope that y'all respect mine on this film. Thank y'all for watching. Leave your comments down below if you've seen this movie, what you think about it, if you plan on watching it, or whatever. I advise you to check it out on your own and go into it open-mindedly. You may feel different from what I do, and you may agree with me. It doesn't really matter. It's all about opinion. So anyway, thank y'all for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.